Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Talk English Now. I'm Sarah, and today we're going to have a relaxing and realistic English conversation together. The kind of conversation that sounds natural, the kind that actually happens in real life, not in a textbook. Before starting, I just want to let you know that we upload daily English learning videos every day, so make sure to subscribe and keep practicing with me. Now, imagine you and I are sitting in a small cafe, the sound of quiet music playing in the background, people chatting softly around us, and you and I are just talking in English, casually, naturally. This is what today's lesson is all about. Speaking with me, practicing the kind of real-life English that helps you sound confident and connected. Let's begin with something simple. Picture this. You walk into a cafe and see your friend waiting for you. You smile and say, "Hey, it's so good to see you again." Your friend smiles back and says, "I know, it's been a while. How have you been?" This is how most real conversations begin. Friendly, relaxed, and full of warmth. Not perfect grammar, not big words, just natural rhythm and real feeling. When you practice English like this, focus less on being perfect and more on sounding natural. Notice how native speakers connect words. How have you been? Instead of, how have you been? What are you doing? Instead of, what are you doing? These small sounds create the flow that makes English sound real. Try repeating after me slowly. How have you been? What are you doing? Where have you been lately? Notice how your mouth moves, how the words blend together. That's the music of real English. Now, let's keep the conversation going. Imagine your friend says, "So, what's new with you?" You might reply, "Not much. Just the usual. Work, home, sleep, repeat." That's something we all say when life feels routine, right? But if you want to sound more expressive, you could add some details. "Actually, I started going to the gym recently," or "I've been trying to cook more at home." These small additions make your English sound alive and interesting. In daily life, conversations aren't just about the words, they're about emotion, the way you pause, smile, or react. In English, showing a little emotion with your tone helps the listener feel your meaning. When you say, "Really," with surprise, or "That's great," with excitement, you create connection. Practice saying those small reactions with me. "Oh, really? That's amazing. No way. You're kidding." These short phrases are powerful. They make your English sound alive and real. Let's pretend you're at work and chatting with a coworker during a coffee break. They say, "I'm so tired today." What could you say? You might respond, "Yeah, same here. I stayed up too late watching a movie." Or, "I know, Mondays are always tough." See? You're not just answering, you're connecting through shared experience. That's what makes small talk natural and human. Try this mini practice with me. I'll say something and you respond naturally in your head or out loud. Ready? "I had such a busy weekend." Pause. You could say, "Oh yeah, what did you do?" Next one. "I think I need a vacation." Pause. Maybe you say, "Tell me about it. I feel the same." This is how you train your brain to respond quickly in English. Not by memorizing lines, but by reacting naturally. Let's shift the scene a bit. Imagine you're meeting someone new at a friend's gathering. You smile, shake hands, and say, "Hi, I'm Alex. Nice to meet you. The other person says, "Nice to meet you too. So, how do you know everyone here?" That's a common question in casual settings. You could answer, "Oh, I work with Sam," or "I'm a friend of Emma's." Then you could ask back, "How about you?" This simple exchange opens the door for more conversation. Remember, conversation is like tennis. You hit the ball, they hit it back. Keep it moving, but gently. Not too fast, not too slow. You don't need to think about complicated vocabulary. The goal is to stay connected and keep the flow going. Let's try another example. Imagine you're at a park and you meet someone walking their dog. You might say, "Your dog is so cute. What's his name?" That small sentence can lead to a friendly talk about pets, daily routines, or hobbies. Maybe they say, "His name's Max. He's super friendly." You can follow with, "He looks happy. Do you bring him here often?" Simple, clear, and warm. That's how you build confidence in real English. Now, let's practice shadowing for a moment. I'll say a few short sentences and you repeat them after me with the same rhythm and tone. "Hey, how's it going?" "Not bad, just a busy week." "Yeah, I know what you mean. I could really use a day off." Good. Keep repeating them until they sound smooth. That's how you train your speaking muscle memory. Here's something interesting. In real life, people often start sentences and don't finish them perfectly. And that's okay. They say things like, "I was gonna tell you," or "You know what I mean," or "I kinda think so." Notice the relaxed tone. It's part of natural English rhythm. Practice saying these softly. "I was gonna tell you." "You know what I mean?" "I kinda think so." The more you get used to this sound, the more natural you'll feel. All right, let's imagine we're walking together through a busy street, maybe after work. I might say, "Wow, it's so crowded today, huh?" And you could reply, "Yeah, everyone's out enjoying the evening." You see, it's not about deep topics. It's about easy connection. Small, comfortable exchanges that help you keep speaking naturally. Sometimes when you don't know what to say, it's okay to ask a small question to keep the talk going. You can say things like, "What about you?" "Do you go there often?" Or, "Have you tried it before?" These little questions keep the conversation alive. English isn't just speaking, it's listening and responding with curiosity. If you're enjoying this lesson, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more daily English practice. It helps you stay connected and keeps new lessons coming every day. Now, let's move into a situation that happens all the time. Ordering food at a restaurant. You might say, "Hi, can I see the menu, please?" The waiter says, "Of course, here you go." You take a look and say, "What do you recommend?" The waiter replies, "The pasta is really popular." You smile and say, "All right, I'll try that." That's it. Natural, polite, and clear. No fancy grammar, just friendly communication. If you want to sound polite, use small phrases like "Could I?" "Would you mind?" or "Can I please?" For example, "Could I have some water, please?" Or "Would you mind bringing the check?" These small touches show respect and make your English sound more natural in real life. Now imagine the waiter comes back and asks, "Everything okay?" You smile and say, "Yes, it's delicious, thank you." That's how people talk in restaurants, short, kind, and polite. Let's make a quick practice round together. I'll say a situation, and you respond aloud. You're in a restaurant, and the waiter asks, "What would you like to drink?" Pause. You might say, just water for now, thanks. Next one, how's your meal? Pause. You could say, it's really good, thank you. That's perfect, natural, confident, and easy to remember. By the way, when you're speaking English in real life, it's okay to pause and think. Native speakers do it all the time. They say, or let me think. The key is to stay calm and keep your rhythm. Don't rush. You're having a conversation, not taking a test. And remember, every conversation, even a short one, is a chance to practice and grow. Whether it's talking to a friend, a shop assistant, or a stranger at the bus stop, every moment helps you become more comfortable in English. Let's continue our journey into real-life English conversation. Now imagine you're at the grocery store, standing in line with your basket. The person in front of you drops something and you instinctively say, "Oh, excuse me, you dropped this." They smile and reply, "Oh, thank you so much." You smile back and say, "No problem." This little moment might seem simple, but it's real English, the kind that makes you sound kind, polite, and confident in daily life. Let's repeat those small but powerful expressions together. Excuse me. You dropped this? Thank you so much. No problem. These phrases build your natural rhythm and make your English more human. You don't need fancy vocabulary, just clear, warm communication. Now think about being at a coffee shop again. You walk up to the counter and the barista says, "Hi, what can I get for you today?" You might say, "Hi, can I get a latte, please?" They ask, "What size?" You answer, "Medium, please." Then they ask, "Would you like it hot or iced?" You reply, "Hot, please." And then they say, "That'll be $4. You respond, "Here you go, thank you." The barista smiles and says, "Thanks, your drink will be ready in a minute." That's how a real conversation sounds, short, clear, and polite. Practice this with me now. I'll be the barista, and you be the customer. "Hi, what can I get for you today?" Pause. Good. Now I ask, "What size?" Pause. Perfect. Now, "Would you like it hot or iced?" Pause. Excellent. You see, practicing small daily conversations like this helps your brain remember how English actually feels when spoken naturally. Let's step into another real-world moment, meeting someone new at work. Maybe it's your first day and you say, "Hi, I'm new here." The other person smiles and says, "Oh, welcome. What's your name?" You reply, "I'm Sarah." They say, "Nice to meet you, Sarah. I'm Mark." You can then ask, "So, what do you do here?" That's a friendly and natural question that shows interest. The key is to sound curious, not nervous. Practice saying this conversation softly with me. "Hi, I'm new here." "Oh, welcome. What's your name?" "I'm Sarah." "Nice to meet you, Sarah." "Nice to meet you too." So what do you do here? That's it. Simple, natural, and confident. Now let's imagine you're on the phone with someone. You answer and say, "Hello, this is Sarah speaking." The other person says, "Hi, can I speak to Emma?" You might say, "Sure, just a moment, please." Or if Emma isn't available, you could say, "I'm sorry, she's not here right now. Would you like to leave a message?" These small, polite sentences are the foundation of real-life English. Repeat these after me slowly. Hello, this is Sarah speaking. Sure, just a moment, please. I'm sorry, she's not here right now. Would you like to leave a message? When you practice this rhythm, your confidence grows automatically because your mouth and your brain begin to feel comfortable with English speech patterns. Now, think of another everyday setting, taking a taxi or a rideshare. You get in and say, "Hi, could you take me to Central Park, please?" The driver says, "Sure thing. Do you prefer the fast route or the scenic one?" You might reply, "Let's take the scenic one, please." Then during the ride, you can add a small comment like, "The weather's nice today, isn't it?" Or, "It's so busy around here." Small light comments help you sound friendly and relaxed. Practice this little dialogue in your mind. "Hi, could you take me to Central Park, please?" "Let's take the scenic route." "The weather's nice today, isn't it?" Every time you repeat such phrases, you become more fluent, not because you memorize, but because you feel the natural pace and tone of real English. Let's imagine you're running into an old friend on the street. You both stop and smile. You say, "Wow, it's been ages. How are you?" They reply, "I'm good, just busy with work. You know how it is." You say, "Yeah, I totally get it." Then maybe you add, "We should catch up sometime." That's how friends reconnect in English. Simple, kind, and spontaneous. Repeat these sentences slowly after me. "Wow, it's been ages. How are you?" "I'm good, just busy with work." "Yeah, I totally get it. We should catch up sometime." See how short and natural those phrases are? That's what real fluency feels like. Easy, not forced. Now let's add a mini fluency drill. I'll say a short phrase and you repeat it out loud, matching my tone and rhythm. "Hey, how's your day going?" "Not too bad, thanks." "What about you?" "Can't complain." "I've been so busy lately." "Same here." Good job. Each time you shadow like this, you train your ear, your mouth, and your brain to work together. It's one of the fastest ways to sound fluent and natural. Let's imagine now that you're traveling abroad. You're checking into a hotel. You say, "Hi, I have a reservation under the name Sarah Jones." The receptionist says, "Of course, welcome. May I see your ID, please?" You hand it over and say, "Here you go." They say, "Thank you, you're in room 304. The elevator is on your left." You reply, "Great, thank you so much." That's the rhythm of polite travel English, short, clear, and respectful. Try practicing those short phrases again. "Hi, I have a reservation under the name Sarah Jones." "Here you go." "Great, thank you so much." Don't rush. Feel how natural they sound when spoken calmly. Now imagine you're at a clothing store and a salesperson approaches you. They say, "Hi there, can I help you find something?" You could respond, "Thanks, I'm just looking around." Or if you need help, you can say, "Yes, I'm looking for a blue jacket." They might reply, "Sure, what size do you need?" You answer, "Medium, please." See how these short exchanges build confidence? It's about keeping calm and sounding polite. Let's practice this scenario together. "Can I help you find something?" "Thanks, I'm just looking around." "I'm looking for a blue jacket." "Medium, please." Beautiful. The more you repeat, the smoother it gets. Let's take a moment to talk about how to sound friendly in English. It's not just about what you say, it's how you say it. A small smile in your voice can make a big difference. Try saying, "Good morning," with a smile in your tone. Now try, "How are you today?" warmly. Notice how it feels different than saying it flatly. That's because warmth comes through your voice, even when people can't see you. Now let's try a reflection moment. Think of a recent time you spoke English, maybe with a classmate, a coworker, or even online. Did you feel nervous? Did you worry about making mistakes? That's completely okay. Everyone feels that way, even native speakers when they're learning a new skill. The secret is to stay calm, breathe, and keep going. English fluency doesn't come from perfection. It comes from practice, from moments like this one, where you keep speaking no matter what. Let's do a little speaking challenge. I'll give you a situation, and you imagine what you would say. You meet someone new at a party, and they ask, "So what do you do?" Pause. Good. Maybe you said something like, "I work in marketing," or "I'm a student." Perfect. Now another one. You're paying at a shop and the cashier says, "Have a nice day." You could reply, "Thanks, you too." These small exchanges make up most of daily English. Polite, natural, and easy. Every time you practice these small talks, your confidence grows. You start thinking less about grammar and more about connection. And that's when English starts to feel natural, like breathing. All right, take a deep breath. You're doing great. Let's keep building your real-life conversation confidence together as we continue. Let's keep going and make your English sound even more natural in everyday moments. Imagine it's early morning and you walk into your office or classroom. You smile and say, "Good morning." Someone replies, "Morning, how are you?" You could say, "I'm good, just a bit sleepy today," or "Pretty good, thanks. How about you?" Notice how the conversation feels relaxed and friendly. It's not about big grammar structures. It's about connection, or rhythm and tone. Now, let's practice the flow of small talk. Good morning. Morning, how are you? Pretty good, thanks. Just a bit sleepy today. I know, it's hard to wake up early. That kind of exchange helps you sound warm and approachable in English. If you practice saying these aloud with gentle pauses, your speech will sound natural and easy to listen to. Let's picture another common moment, bumping into a colleague in the hallway or elevator. You might say, "Hey, how's your day going?" They might respond, "Not bad, just a little busy." You could reply, "Yeah, I know that feeling." It's such a small moment, but these little exchanges help you practice fluency every single day. Repeat with me now. "Hey, how's your day going?" "Not bad, just a little busy." Yeah, I know that feeling. When you say these sentences out loud, you're not just practicing words. You're training your brain to think in English naturally. Let's make things more interesting with a real-life example at a grocery store checkout. The cashier says, "Hi there, how are you today?" You say, "I'm good, thanks. How are you?" They smile and say, "I'm doing great. Did you find everything okay?" You can answer, "Yes, thank you. Everything was easy to find." Then they say, "Perfect. Do you need a bag?" And you reply, "Yes, please." Or, "No, I brought my own." This is exactly how natural English happens. Simple, polite, and friendly. Now, let's shadow together slowly. Hi there. How are you today? I'm good, thanks. How are you? Did you find everything okay? Yes, thank you. Do you need a bag? No, I brought my own. Perfect. You're doing exactly what fluent speakers do, responding calmly and naturally to everyday questions. Let's move to another real moment, being at the doctor's office. The receptionist says, "Good morning, how can I help you?" You can say, "Hi, I have an appointment with Dr. Smith at 10. They reply, "All right, may I have your name, please?" You respond, "Sure, it's Sarah Johnson." The receptionist says, "Please take a seat. The doctor will see you shortly." You smile and say, "Thank you." This polite rhythm is exactly what helps you sound calm and confident in English-speaking situations. Try saying that with me now. "Hi, I have an appointment with Dr. Smith at 10. "Sure, it's Sarah Johnson." "Thank you." Even if it's short, every sentence counts toward building fluency. Now imagine you're chatting with a friend after work, maybe at a small restaurant or cafe. You might say, "How was your day?" And they reply, "Busy as usual, meetings, calls, and deadlines." You could respond, "Yeah, that sounds exhausting. You need a break." Then they laugh and say, "Tell me about it." This kind of real conversation shows empathy. That's one of the most natural parts of English speaking, showing that you understand how someone feels. Let's shadow that together slowly. "How was your day?" "Busy, as usual." "That sounds exhausting." "You need a break." "Tell me about it." Excellent. When you practice like this, you're not only learning words, you're learning emotional rhythm. Let's now picture another everyday moment. Asking for directions. You walk up to someone and say, "Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the train station?" They might reply, "Sure, it's about 2 blocks down this street, then take a left." You respond, "Thank you so much." They smile and say, "No problem. This situation is simple but so useful because you can use it anywhere in the world. Repeat after me now. Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the train station?" "It's about 2 blocks down this street." "Thank you so much." "No problem." You see how clear and friendly that sounds? That's how native speakers keep their English smooth and polite. Now let's move into a conversation at a small gathering. Someone says, "Hey, I don't think we've met before." You could smile and reply, "Oh, hi, I'm Sarah." They say, "Nice to meet you, Sarah. I'm David." You respond, "Nice to meet you too." Then, to keep the conversation going, you could ask, "So, how do you know everyone here?" Or, "Do you live around here?" These small, simple questions make you sound confident and interested in others. Let's practice that rhythm. "Hey, I don't think we've met before." "Oh, hi, I'm Sarah. Nice to meet you. So, how do you know everyone here?" That's great. This flow keeps conversation alive and easy. Here's something important to remember. Fluency isn't about speaking fast. It's about speaking comfortably. Sometimes people think sounding fluent means talking quickly, but in truth, fluent speakers pause, breathe, and use small words naturally. It's not a race. It's a rhythm. When you take your time, your speech becomes more confident and clear. Let's do a little exercise for natural pacing. I'll say a short line, and you repeat with a calm, steady rhythm. "It's a beautiful day today." "I'm just taking it easy." "Work was pretty busy." "I can't wait for the weekend." "Let's grab coffee sometime." Beautiful. See how those simple sentences already sound like real-life English? Let's take it to another common scene. A friend invites you to dinner. They say, "Hey, do you want to come over for dinner tonight?" You could reply, "That sounds great." "What time?" They might say, Around 7. You can respond, perfect, I'll bring dessert. Then they smile and say, awesome, see you then. That's how friendly plans are made in English. Practice with me. Hey, do you want to come over for dinner tonight? That sounds great. What time? Perfect. I'll bring dessert. Awesome. See you then. These tiny conversations are the building blocks of fluency. They help you feel comfortable with English rhythm, tone, and connection. Here's another small but powerful habit. When you're listening in English, don't just focus on the words. Notice the flow of sound, how people link words together naturally. For example, what are you doing becomes, what you doing? I don't know becomes, I don't know. Got to go becomes, gotta go. You hear these every day in movies, shows, and real conversations. Start noticing them, and soon you'll begin to use them naturally without even thinking. Let's shadow a few. What you doing? I don't know. Gotta go. See you later. Talk to you soon. Perfect. Don't worry if you can't say them fast yet. Fluency grows little by little, like water flowing down a stream. Now think of this. Every person you meet is a chance to practice English. The taxi driver, the barista, your classmate, a friend online. Even short sentences like, how's it going? Or nice weather today can boost your confidence. It's the small, daily repetition that builds real skill. So next time you're out, try greeting someone in English. Even a small good morning or hi there can make you feel more comfortable using your voice in another language. The more you speak, the stronger your fluency muscle becomes. You're doing amazing so far. You're not just learning English, you're living it. Let's keep this energy going. Let's keep the conversation going and dive deeper into those little daily moments that make your English sound more real. Imagine it's evening and you're leaving work or school. You see someone you know and say, "Hey, heading home?" They smile and say, "Yeah, finally done for the day." You reply, "Same here, I'm so ready to relax." This is how people naturally talk. Simple, short sentences that carry emotion and rhythm. Now let's shadow that together slowly. Hey, heading home? Yeah, finally done for the day. Same here, I'm so ready to relax. Perfect. When you practice like this, you don't just learn the words, you start to feel how English breathes. Every small pause adds comfort to your speech. Let's try another scene, waiting for the bus or train. You're next to someone and you both check your watches. You might say, "It's running late again, huh?" They reply, "Yeah, always the same this time of day." You could answer, "At least the weather's nice." That kind of light talk helps you sound natural and friendly without feeling forced. Repeat these lines softly with me. "It's running late again, huh?" "Yeah, always the same this time of day." "At least the weather's nice." Good. Now, notice how you don't need big grammar or complicated words. Just a friendly rhythm and simple vocabulary can make your English sound fluent. Now imagine you're visiting a new city and asking for help. You stop someone and say, "Excuse me, is this the way to the museum?" They might say, "Yes, just keep walking straight and turn right at the traffic light." You respond, "Thank you so much." They smile and say, "You're welcome. Enjoy your visit." These short, kind exchanges happen every day, and mastering them makes you sound polite and confident wherever you go. Let's shadow that now. Excuse me, is this the way to the museum? Keep walking straight and turn right at the traffic light. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Enjoy your visit. Excellent. Feel that natural flow, friendly and clear. Now let's imagine you're in a shop buying something. The cashier says, "That'll be $20. You reply, "Can I pay by card?" They say, "Sure, go ahead." You insert your card, and after it processes, you say, "Thank you. Have a nice day." They respond, "You too." It's a small exchange, but every one of these moments adds to your speaking comfort. Repeat that rhythm with me. "That'll be $20. Can I pay by card?" "Sure, go ahead." "Thank you. Have a nice day." "You too." Perfect. That's real-world English, full of connection and rhythm. Let's move to another place, the gym. You walk in, and someone says, "Hey, are you using this machine?" You reply, "Oh no, go ahead." Later they might say, "How many sets do you have left?" You can answer, "Just one more, then it's all yours." These small gym conversations are perfect for learning how to sound friendly and polite without overthinking grammar. Let's shadow this too. "Hey, are you using this machine?" "No, go ahead." "How many sets do you have left?" "Just one more, then it's all yours." Great. Notice how natural that feels when you say it with an easy tone. Now, imagine you're chatting with a neighbor outside your apartment. You smile and say, "Hey, how's it going?" They reply, "Not bad, just watering the plants." You say, "They look great. You must have a green thumb." They laugh and say, "Thanks, I try." That's a perfect little friendly conversation. Warm, simple, and human. Try saying those lines with me. "Hey, how's it going?" "Not bad, just watering the plants." "They look great. You must have a green thumb." "Thanks, I try." Excellent. Conversations like these are what real English sounds like, not stiff or rehearsed, just genuine connection. Now, let's talk about how to handle pauses in English. Many learners feel nervous when silence appears in conversation, but silence is natural. You can take a second to think before replying. Even native speakers do that all the time. You can say small fillers like, "Let me think," or, "That's a good question," to buy yourself time and still sound natural. These phrases show that you're thoughtful, not unsure. Let's practice them slowly. "Let me think. That's a good question. Well, I guess. I'm not sure, but maybe." These small pauses make your English sound smooth and natural instead of robotic. Now picture yourself talking about your weekend. Someone asks, "So, how was your weekend?" You could reply, "It was nice, thanks. I met some friends and went to the park." Or, "Pretty relaxing. I just stayed home and watched a few movies." Simple, honest answers that show your personality without needing difficult words. Repeat these with me. "It was nice, thanks. I met some friends and went to the park. Pretty relaxing. I stayed home and watched a few movies." These everyday answers are the foundation of fluent conversation. Now imagine you're at a cafe waiting for your coffee and someone nearby says, "The line's long today." You smile and say, "Yeah, I guess everyone needs coffee right now." They laugh and maybe say, "I can't start my day without it." You reply, "Same here, it's like fuel." That's a real human moment, full of connection through humor and empathy. Let's shadow that little scene. "The line's long today." Yeah, everyone needs coffee right now. I can't start my day without it. Same here. It's like fuel. Great. These tiny moments of shared laughter make your English sound alive. Now, let's do a quick fluency challenge. I'll say a sentence, and you respond naturally in your head or aloud. Ready? I'm so tired today. Maybe you say, you should get some rest. I think I'm catching a cold. You might answer, oh no, drink lots of water. I'm excited for the weekend. You could say, same here, I need a break. These are simple, natural responses that help your speech feel authentic and easy. Here's a small tip. To sound more natural, use contractions whenever possible. Say I'm instead of I am, can't instead of cannot, don't instead of do not. That's how native speakers really talk. For example, instead of I do not know, say I don't know. Instead of I am going to work, say I'm going to work. And instead of I will call you later, say I'll call you later. Try repeating those with me now. I don't know. I'm going to work. I'll call you later. Perfect. You sound more fluent already. Let's do a short reflection together. Think about all the times you hesitated to speak English because you were afraid of mistakes. I want you to remember this. Mistakes are proof that you're learning. Every fluent speaker once made the same mistakes. So instead of worrying about being perfect, focus on being present. Keep speaking, keep listening, and enjoy the process. Here's a small mental exercise. Imagine you're meeting someone for the first time tomorrow. What would you say to start the conversation? Maybe, hi, how's your day going? Or, it's nice to meet you. Or, I like your jacket. These small, friendly openings break the ice and make you sound confident from the very start. You're doing beautifully so far. Stay relaxed, smile through your sentences, and let your words flow naturally like a gentle stream. In the next part, we'll continue building your confidence through even more real-world conversations that help you speak English smoothly and naturally. Let's keep practicing together, and this time, let's imagine we're in different real-life places, not to memorize, but to feel how natural English sounds in motion. You're walking into a small bakery on a Sunday morning. The smell of fresh bread fills the air. The cashier smiles and says, "Good morning. What can I get for you?" You reply, "Good morning. I'd like 2 croissants, please." They say, "Sure, anything else?" You respond, "That's all, thank you." The cashier smiles and says, "All right, that'll be $5. You hand over the money and say, "Here you go, have a nice day." And they reply, "You too." That's it. A small, polite, real-life conversation that sounds completely natural. Now shadow with me slowly. "Good morning. What can I get for you?" "I'd like 2 croissants, please." "Anything else?" "That's all, thank you." "Here you go. Have a nice day." "You too." These are the building blocks of fluency. Short, clear, kind sentences used in real moments that happen every single day. Let's move to another scene. Talking to a friend about weekend plans. Your friend says, "Hey, what are you doing this weekend?" You could reply, "Not sure yet. Maybe I'll just stay home and relax." Or, "I'm planning to go hiking if the weather's good." Then your friend says, "That sounds fun." You reply, "Yeah, I need some fresh air." This is how natural small talk feels. Light, relaxed, with gentle pauses. Repeat with me now. What are you doing this weekend? Not sure yet. Maybe I'll just stay home and relax. That sounds fun. Yeah, I need some fresh air. Perfect. Notice how short phrases build a natural rhythm without needing complicated vocabulary. Now, imagine you're at a bookstore and you want to ask for help. You say, "Excuse me, where can I find travel books?" The clerk replies, "They're in aisle 5, near the back." You say, "Thank you so much." They respond, "You're welcome. Let me know if you need anything else." That's a real interaction, polite, calm, and genuine. Shadow it softly now. "Excuse me, where can I find travel books?" "They're in aisle 5. Thank you so much." "You're welcome." Simple but perfect English for real life. Let's practice expressing opinions now. Someone says, "I watched that new movie last night." You can reply, "Oh, really? How was it?" They say, "It was okay, a bit too long." You respond, "Yeah, I know that feeling. Some movies just drag on." That's natural conversational rhythm, responding and reacting like a real person. Repeat with me. "Oh, really? How was it?" "It was okay, a bit too long." "Yeah, I know that feeling. Some movies just drag on." Excellent. When you say these phrases with natural pauses, you sound like someone who's not just speaking English but thinking in it. Now let's picture a casual chat between friends about food. One says, "I'm starving. I could eat a whole pizza." You laugh and say, "Same here, I skipped lunch." They reply, "Let's order something." You say, "Good idea, what do you want?" They say, "Maybe some sushi?" You answer, "Perfect, I love sushi." That's the kind of simple, real talk that happens between friends all the time. Let's shadow that rhythm together. "I'm starving. I could eat a whole pizza." "Same here, I skipped lunch. Let's order something." "Good idea, what do you want?" "Maybe some sushi?" "Perfect. I love sushi." Excellent. Notice how these sentences are natural, short, and easy to use anywhere. Let's now talk about showing interest in someone's story. One of the most important skills in real conversations. When someone shares something with you, don't just listen silently. Respond with small reactions like, "Really? That's awesome. No way. That's crazy." Or, "I can't believe that." These small reactions make your English sound alive and connected. Try saying these after me. "Really? That's awesome. No way. That's crazy. I can't believe that." Good. Try using them next time someone shares a story. It'll make you sound more fluent and friendly instantly. Now imagine you're at work and your coworker says, "The meeting's been moved to 3 p.m. You reply, "Got it. Thanks for letting me know." They say, "No problem." That's it. Clear, professional, and polite. It's how people naturally communicate in the workplace. Let's repeat together. "The meeting's been moved to 3 p.m. Got it. Thanks for letting me know." "No problem." Great. See how professional yet natural that sounds? That's fluency in action. Let's practice another one. You're emailing or talking to someone about a small favor. You can say, "Could you help me with this?" Or, "Would you mind checking this for me?" Or even, "When you have a moment, can we talk about this?" These polite phrases make your English sound respectful and confident. Repeat softly after me. "Could you help me with this?" "Would you mind checking this for me?" When you have a moment, can we talk about this? Excellent. You're building both clarity and confidence. Now, let's relax the mood. Imagine you're chatting about daily life. You say, I stayed up too late last night watching videos. Your friend says, same here, I couldn't stop scrolling. You reply, it's addictive, right? They laugh and say, totally. This kind of small, funny exchange is what makes English feel natural. It's real, human conversation. Shadow this with me slowly. I stayed up too late last night. Same here, I couldn't stop scrolling. It's addictive, right? Totally. Perfect. You see how humor brings warmth into your tone? That's exactly how English should feel, light and alive. Now imagine a travel moment. You're at the airport check-in counter. You say, hi, I'm checking in for my flight to London. The agent replies, may I see your passport, please? You hand it over and say, here you go. They say, thank you. Do you have any bags to check in? You answer, just one. They say, great, you're all set. You reply, thanks so much. Have a nice day. This is exactly how travel English works. Polite, calm, and confident. Let's shadow it softly now. Hi, I'm checking in for my flight to London. May I see your passport, please? Here you go. Do you have any bags to check in? Just one. Thanks so much. Have a nice day. Excellent. You're speaking like a natural traveler. Here's a small pronunciation tip while we're at it. When native speakers talk, they often connect words. Instead of saying, check in for my flight, they might say, check in for my flight. Instead of going to London, they might say, go into London. Try saying it softly. Check in for my flight. Go into London. Don't overthink. Just relax your tongue and let the words flow smoothly together. That's how natural English feels. Now let's pause for a mini reflection. You've practiced conversations at cafés, stores, work, travel, and daily life. Each one is helping you sound more confident and natural. The secret isn't to memorize lines, it's to live them. When you imagine the situation, feel the rhythm, and speak with calm confidence, your fluency grows automatically. So take a deep breath, smile a little, and get ready for more real-world English practice with me in the next section. You're doing great so far. Let's keep going and practice more of those real conversations that you'll actually use in daily life. Imagine you're walking into a hair salon. The stylist smiles and says, hi there, do you have an appointment? You reply, yes, at 2 o'clock under the name Sarah. They check their list and say, got it, please take a seat for a few minutes. You smile and say, sure, thank you. After your haircut, they might ask, how does that look? You can say, it looks great, thank you so much. See how short and natural that exchange feels? That's real English. Polite, warm, and relaxed. Let's shadow it softly now. Hi there, do you have an appointment? Yes, at 2 o'clock under the name Sarah. Please take a seat for a few minutes. Sure, thank you. How does that look? It looks great. Thank you so much. Perfect. That's the rhythm of a normal English conversation, smooth and natural without any stress. Now imagine you're calling a restaurant to make a reservation. You say, hi, I'd like to make a reservation for 2, please. The host replies, of course. What time? You say, 7 o'clock? They ask, and your name? You reply, Sarah. They confirm, got it, Sarah. See you at 7. You respond, thank you. See you then. That's exactly how native speakers talk. Short, polite, and clear. Repeat with me slowly. Hi, I'd like to make a reservation for 2, please. What time? 7 o'clock. And your name? Sarah. Got it. See you at 7. Thank you. See you then. Beautiful. It's so natural when you say it with ease and a smile in your tone. Let's shift to another scene, meeting someone for the first time at a social event. They say, Hi, I'm Daniel. You reply, Hi, Daniel. I'm Sarah. Nice to meet you. They respond, Nice to meet you too. So, what do you do? You could say, I'm an English teacher, or I work in marketing, or I'm a student. Then you can ask back, How about you? That's how conversations start and flow. Naturally, let's shadow it together. Hi, I'm Daniel. Hi, Daniel, nice to meet you. So what do you do? I'm a student. How about you? Excellent. That's smooth, real-world conversation energy. Now imagine someone invites you somewhere, but you can't go. They say, We're having dinner this Friday, wanna come? You reply, Oh, I'd love to, but I already have plans. Or, That sounds great, but I have to work late. You can still sound polite and kind while saying no. You could add, Maybe next time. That keeps the tone friendly and open. Repeat softly after me. Oh, I'd love to, but I already have plans. That sounds great, but I have to work late. Maybe next time? Perfect. That's how you politely say no in English while keeping the conversation warm. Now let's imagine you're catching up with a friend after a while. You say, It's been so long. How have you been? They say, Good, just busy with work. You can reply, Same here. Life's been crazy lately. Then maybe add, We should meet up more often. That's friendly, natural conversation you'll hear everywhere. Let's shadow that together. It's been so long. How have you been? Good, just busy with work. Same here. We should meet up more often. Excellent. The more you practice these natural exchanges, the more comfortable your speech becomes. Now, picture yourself at the airport again, but this time going through security. The officer says, Passport and boarding pass, please. You reply, Here you go. They look at your documents and say, Thank you, have a good flight. You answer, Thanks, you too. That's simple, but it's fluent, polite, and real. Shadow this softly. Passport and boarding pass, please. Here you go. Have a good flight. Thanks, you too. You're doing amazing. Every small phrase you practice adds a piece to your fluency puzzle. Now let's go somewhere new, maybe a park on a weekend. You meet someone walking their dog and say, Your dog's adorable. What's his name? They reply, Thanks, his name's Max. You say, He looks so happy. They smile and say, He loves coming here. That's the kind of small, kind conversation that builds confidence. Repeat slowly after me. Your dog's adorable. What's his name? He looks so happy. He loves coming here. Great. These are simple, friendly sentences you can use anywhere in the world. Here's a quick practice tip. When you practice, speak out loud even when you're alone. Talk to yourself while cooking, cleaning, walking, or getting ready. Say what you're doing in English. I'm making tea. I'm getting ready to go out. Need to charge my phone. I'm so tired today. This self-talk trains your brain to think and respond in English automatically without translation. Let's practice a few right now. I'm making breakfast. I'm getting dressed. I need to leave soon. I forgot my keys again. I'm so hungry. I'm going to relax for a bit. Perfect. That's how you build fluency in daily life, by making English part of your routine. Now imagine you're in a class or meeting and someone doesn't hear you clearly. They say, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" You reply, "Sure, no problem." Or, "Of course I said," and then repeat your point. It's polite and natural, not stressful at all. Shadow with me softly. "Sorry, could you repeat that?" "Sure, no problem." "Of course I said." That's it. Easy, calm, and confident. Let's do a mini challenge. Imagine I'm asking you questions and you respond naturally in your head or out loud. How's your day going? Maybe you say, "Pretty good, just a little tired." What do you usually do on weekends? Maybe, "I like watching movies or meeting friends." Do you like cooking? You could say, "Yes, I love trying new recipes." What kind of music do you listen to? Maybe, "Mostly pop and jazz." You see? You already sound natural, calm, and fluent. Here's a small pronunciation trick. When you speak English, try linking words smoothly instead of pausing after everyone. For example, say, "I want to eat it," like, "I want to eat it." Or, "I'm going to go," like, "I'm gonna go." These small changes make your English sound more native-like. Try repeating after me now. I want to eat it. I'm gonna go. I gotta work tomorrow. I should have called you earlier. Beautiful. That's real connected speech. Now, think about all these small scenes: cafes, parks, stores, flights, phone calls. They're not just lessons. They're practice for the real world. Every phrase you've learned today is something a native speaker would actually say. You're not just studying English, you're building your voice in English. And that's powerful, because every time you speak, even for 10 seconds, you're one step closer to sounding natural and confident. So take a deep breath, smile, and keep that motivation alive. We'll keep practicing more real-life English together in the next part. Let's finish strong together and turn everything you've practiced into the kind of English confidence you can carry everywhere you go. Imagine you're traveling abroad, walking into a small cafe where the air smells like fresh coffee and pastries. The barista smiles and says, "Hi, what can I get started for you?" You smile back and say, "Hi, I'll have a cappuccino, please." They ask, "For here or to go?" You answer, "To go, please." They nod. "Sure, anything else?" You say, "No, that's all. Thank you." They reply, "All right, that'll be $4.50. You hand over the money and say, "Here you go." They smile, "Thanks, your drink will be ready in a minute." And you say, "Perfect, thank you." That's everyday English. Natural, polite, easy, and full of flow. Let's shadow that softly now. Hi, what can I get started for you? I'll have a cappuccino, please. For here or to go? To go, please. Anything else? No, that's all. Thank you. Your drink will be ready in a minute. Perfect, thank you. Beautiful. This is the sound of real English, not textbook perfect, but alive and comfortable. Now imagine you meet someone new on a trip. They ask, "Where are you from?" You reply, I'm from Pakistan. They smile and say, "Oh, that's cool. I've always wanted to visit." You say, "You should. The food is amazing." They laugh and reply, "I love spicy food." You respond, "Then you definitely enjoy it." It's friendly, casual, and totally natural, the kind of exchange that helps you connect with people instantly. Repeat with me slowly. Where are you from? I'm from Pakistan. That's cool. You should visit someday. The food is amazing. I love spicy food. Then you'd definitely enjoy it. Perfect. Notice how the tone feels warm, human, and effortless. That's what real communication is all about. Let's move into another everyday scene. Shopping for clothes. The salesperson says, "Hi there, can I help you find something?" You say, "Yes, I'm looking for a black jacket." They reply, "Sure, what size do you need?" You answer, "Medium, please." They bring one and say, "Here you go. Would you like to try it on?" You say, "Yes, please. Thank you." After trying, you say, "It fits perfectly. I'll take it." They respond, "Great choice." You reply, "Thanks. I've been looking for something like this." That's natural, friendly English that sounds just like real life. Let's shadow that rhythm together. Can I help you find something? I'm looking for a black jacket. What size do you need? Medium, please. Would you like to try it on? Yes, please. It fits perfectly. I'll take it. Great choice. Thanks. I've been looking for something like this. Excellent. You're not memorizing, you're living the moment in English. Now, let's imagine a slightly different scene. You're visiting a friend's home for dinner. You knock on the door and say, "Hey, thanks for having me." They smile and say, "Of course. Come in, make yourself at home." You reply, "Wow, it smells amazing in here." They laugh, "I've been cooking all afternoon." You say, "I can tell. I can't wait to try it." That's warm, natural conversation between friends, full of emotion and comfort. Repeat with me softly. "Hey, thanks for having me. Come in, make yourself at home. Wow, it smells amazing in here. I've been cooking all afternoon. I can't wait to try it." Great. These moments are what make English beautiful. Connection, kindness, and genuine feeling. Here's something important to remember. In real life, people don't speak perfectly, they speak naturally. They pause, they laugh, they make small mistakes, and they keep going. You don't need to sound like a robot to sound fluent. You just need to sound you. So relax your shoulders, breathe, and let your words flow like conversation, not a performance. Let's practice a quick round of real-life reactions. Short, emotional responses that show you're engaged in a conversation. Repeat after me. That's amazing. Oh no, really? You're kidding. That's so funny. I can imagine. Exactly. Totally agree. That's interesting. These small emotional words are what make your English come alive. They're the heartbeat of conversation. Now, let's picture a rainy day conversation. You're standing under an umbrella next to a stranger waiting for the bus. You say, "Crazy weather, huh?" They reply, "Yeah, it's been raining non-stop all week." You say, "I know. I forgot my umbrella yesterday and got soaked." They laugh and say, "Same here. I think we're both cursed by the rain." You both laugh. And that's real communication, built through shared human experience, not grammar rules. Shadow that with me slowly. Crazy weather, huh? Yeah, it's been raining nonstop all week. I forgot my umbrella yesterday and got soaked. Same here. We're both cursed by the rain. Perfect. Now you're speaking the kind of English people actually use every single day. Now I want you to imagine you're giving someone directions. They ask, "Excuse me, how do I get to the nearest bus stop?" You say, "Go straight for 2 blocks, then turn right. You'll see it next to the bakery." They reply, "Thank you so much." You smile and say, "No problem. Have a great day." That's clear, polite, and confident communication, exactly what real-life fluency feels like. Repeat softly after me. Go straight for 2 blocks, then turn right. You'll see it next to the bakery. Thank you so much. No problem. Have a great day. Great. You're speaking with clarity and warmth, just like a native. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on your journey today. You've practiced conversations at cafés, stores, parks, restaurants, airports, workplaces, and more. You've learned how to react, respond, and connect the real way English is spoken. You've learned not just what to say, but how to feel the rhythm of English. That's true fluency. When you're not translating in your head, you're just speaking naturally. Here's a little final practice. Close your eyes and imagine yourself walking through your day speaking English easily. You greet people, order food, chat with coworkers, laugh with friends, ask questions, and answer confidently. You feel calm, relaxed, and connected. You don't worry about mistakes, you just speak. That's the version of you we're building together, one sentence at a time. And before we wrap up today's practice, I want to remind you, you're already doing something amazing. Every minute you spend listening, repeating, and shadowing brings you closer to true fluency. You don't need to rush. You just need to keep going step by step, word by word. So keep practicing with me every day, even for just a few minutes. Talk to yourself in English, describe your day, listen, shadow, and smile through the process. Fluency is not about speed, it's about connection and consistency. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I'm so proud of you for sticking with it and practicing with an open mind and heart. Remember, every word you say in English today is one step closer to the confident, fluent speaker you're becoming. Keep believing in yourself, keep practicing with love and patience, and never give up, because your English voice is growing stronger every single day. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss future lessons. I'll see you again in the next one, where we'll keep speaking, practicing, and growing together. Take care, my friend, and keep speaking English with confidence, always.